Okay, I promised you I'd make another video telling you how I got high yields, like big sizes of broccoli florets. And one of the tricks is how you space your broccoli plants. I was tempted to plant mine close together, but what I did instead was I planted them 2 feet apart. And what that did was it gave each of them enough sun to really grow, to put on the leaves that they wanted. Look how much leaf we get out of each broccoli plant. Can you film from above? Look at that. I filmed this plant yesterday and you can see it's already going to seed. So I'm gonna have to harvest that today. I've kind of made some observations after growing broccoli. This was my first season. The first thing I noticed was that south is that way. We're in the northern hemisphere. So we're gonna get more sun coming from the south in the winter, which means that these broccoli plants on the south end of the garden, they got big faster. The ones behind them, once I cut these stalks off, these started to catch up, and then those started to catch up. That one actually did pretty well because it got morning sun from the east. But my advice would be, if you don't want to have to make broccoli cheese soup and broccoli casserole and stir-fried broccoli and steamed broccoli and every other kind of broccoli on the planet all in 1 week, you're going to want to stagger your planting dates so that you can stagger your harvesting dates. I have been harvesting this broccoli for about a month now, and every single day I come out, I chop off one of the side stalks or a main stalk, and it just keeps producing, and I'm a bit sick of it. So I think that's really funny. So planting distance would be 2 feet apart. Remember to harvest from the south side first. And you really don't need, for a family of 4, we didn't need more than 6 plants this season.
How far would you recommend to plant them apart?
I would plant them 2 weeks apart or 3 weeks apart, and I would start earlier in the season. I tried planting earlier in the season, but one of my acrobatic hens flew over our 4-foot poultry netting. That's right, one of those girls. And let me show you in the garden what she did when she came in. I had grown the broccoli from seed and she decimated it. She also decided to do this to my collard greens, which went in before these broccoli. She prefers collard greens. She also did this to my Brussels sprouts. I had a whole bunch of Brussels sprouts and she demolished all of it. So we got a later start to the planting season because I had to buy starts for the broccoli. Okay.
Chicken can.
Obviously, I can't tell you exactly when to start your seeds, whether they're indoors in a climate-controlled environment and you're planning on hardening them off as small plants, or if you're going to directly seed them into the soil of your bed outside. But what I can tell you is that young plants are vulnerable to frost. So you'll want to make sure that you've got 4 to 6 week old hardened off plants before, about a month before your last spring frost. And also you should know that depending on which variety you're growing, you're going to get your broccoli about 65 to 105 days from direct seeding. Or if you're placing transplants into the soil, you'll get your harvest 40 to 80 days after you do that.
Over broccoli leaf.